Morning everyone, welcome to another video. I'm out along the riverbank this morning. I live not too far from the River Welland. It's an area that I've come to learn about and grow up with throughout my childhood, and I've seen some really wonderful sights around here as well. It was really bright earlier, but as you can probably tell there's an awful lot of cloud cover now, but I do prefer that. Too much of intense light can often lead to highlights, especially if you're photographing species with, like swans for example. They're obviously very white, and I could lose an awful lot of detail if I'm to photograph them in really harsh light. But I found this spot here. There's actually what looks like a little highway, nature highway, so it could potentially be an otter that's used this, but alongside I've got an awful lot of weeds and stinging nettles, and up on that side as well. So this is actually perfect to sort of look out of but still remain covered. So yeah, it's mid-morning, it's a bit of a chill in the air, but I'm happy to get out this weekend. I didn't really have any other plans, and I thought it would just be nice to come to a spot that I've known about for years and years. In terms of bird life, it's been quite busy. As I came along the road, there was pheasants in the field, there's mute swans sitting across me, and I think, if it's still around, there's been a male or female great crested grebe. So yeah, I'm gonna hang out here for a bit. Again, the cloud cover seems to be quite ominous now, but yeah, I'm just going to see what comes along. You probably heard it, but yeah, that swan decided to leave post haste, so I've got a couple of pictures of it taken off, which is quite good. So I've just settled down. It's relatively quiet at the minute. I've heard a couple of calls from birds that I'm just trying to recognise at the minute. I believe one was a reed bunting, and there's been carrion crow flying around. There's been quite a few flocks of lapwing actually, sort of flying over the neighbouring fields. The swans are still on the opposite side. There's a few gulls in the air as well. But yeah, I'm just enjoying being outside at the minute. I haven't been able to get out to various places as much as I wanted to this week, so this is very much a sort of a chilled outing, just because I simply felt like coming to the river. It's a spot I've known about and grown up alongside all my life. I've had some wonderful memories along here. I saw my first wild otter along this stretch and photographed it as well. It wasn't like the best photo. I hadn't long been starting doing my own wildlife photography at that stage, but it was just really nice to get that photo and remember the memory of getting up stupidly early and yeah, just seeing an otter in the wild. It was really nice. And I also had one summer following a family of great crested grebes, It was a family of 3 chicks and the 2 adults, and yeah, I watched the parents make the nest, lay on the eggs, and then when the chicks were hatched, they were being taken along stretches of water to find their own food. So yeah, that was really nice. It was nice to just watch a family grow up. I know there's generations of birds that breed along here and raise young, and it was just really nice to follow one specific family, so that was really good. The sun's trying to come through at the minute, so that might change my settings, but we'll deal with that when we get there. Yeah, like I said, I did have a couple of locations in mind to go this week, but for multiple reasons I either didn't have the time or I had certain errands come up. But they are still fixed in place. I do have set dates where I want to go to a specific location in accordance with what's happening this time of year. So I'm really looking forward to bringing you along with me for that. And also this week I reached 500 subscribers on YouTube, which is amazing. I think I must have reached it in about a week. So like over 100 people subscribed within a week from when I announced it in my last video, which is amazing. So I want to thank you all for doing that, for following my work, and the comments as well have been really, really nice comments. So yeah, it just keeps me inspired to do more of this. There's no other way of putting it. I'm just grateful that there's people out there who are interested in what I do. Oh, the great crested grebes come back. So yeah, I'm just really thankful for that, and I can't wait to see where this leads. I've only been doing it since, was it June or July of this year? So not even half a year I've been doing this, and it's been rewarding for every video I've done so far, even if it hasn't been extravagant, foreign locations. I've had a wonderful experience at each and every one of those, and it's just been a joy to share that with you. So yeah, just thank you so much for that, and if you can continue to share, continue to like and comment if you wish. I love reading comments that people put down about either their own experiences or just commenting on what they think of my videos. It's really nice to look back on them, and like I said, it just keeps me motivated to continue doing this, hopefully for as long as I can. So there is a adult great crested grebe just up ahead. I'm going to see if it comes this way. If it does, I'll hopefully be able to get some pictures of it, but I think it knows I'm around, so I'm just going to keep my head low. I've got some cover in front of me, so I shouldn't be too obvious, and yeah, we'll stay tuned. So the great crested grebe did come in front of where I was laying, and got a few photos of it, and then it dived and I didn't see it come back up, so it's probably dived and then swam quite away from me because it knew I was there. Normally when I've come along the riverbank before, I don't get level with the water. I'm often up walking along the bank and I photograph and look down on my subject, but it's sort of nice to get eye level with whatever you're photographing. It gives a better perspective, and you can include more of the background rather than looking down on the top of water on the top of a field. So yeah, that was really nice. The sun's still trying to come through, and there is actually not much thick cloud around now, so probably means I'm going to be dealing with brighter conditions. But yeah, we'll see what else happens. I am dealing with stinging nettles around me at the minute, which isn't pleasant, but the things you do for wildlife photography often means being in uncomfortable places and positions, so I'm just grinning and bearing it right now. But yeah, I'll stick around here for however long and see what else comes up the river. I think I just had a snipe fly over my head just while I was taking a break from laying down. But what I was going to quickly say is that when it comes to being on an open stretch, like a location where there's a lot of ground, there's a lot of places to go to, or check out, see if there's anything actually there, I find it really hard to stay in one place. I often think after 20 minutes, half an hour, oh, there's nothing here, I'll go and look somewhere else. And that's where, if I'm at a location like this along the river, I'll get in my car and I'll drive. But I realise how much of an inconvenience that would be, because when wildlife hears a car or any kind of engine, then they won't stick around, because it's a sound that's, it's not threatening, but they're very aware of it. Whereas when you're just placed in one area, you stay there, you don't make lots of movement, and then you just wait to see what comes along. It's something that I really struggle with doing, because I'll inevitably become bored of this place or this location, and I want to go somewhere further up or down river. Which doesn't always work out. I keep doing it, but each time I realise that probably should have stayed in that place in case anything did come along. So yeah, that's one of my personal challenges that I want to overcome. Just to have that patience to stay in one place. It's different in the hide, because you're sheltered and you're comfortable in there. But when you're sort of outdoors, you'll often become uncomfortable, like I have done with all the nettles around me. But yeah, it's a work in progress, and the next couple of places that I'm keen to visit in the next couple of weeks, we'll test that further, just to stay in one place, not to move around constantly, and just see what comes along. And if I had got in my car just now and drove, I wouldn't have seen that snipe fly over. So it just sort of pays you to be patient, which I am, like more than half the time. But in terms of being in an outdoor location, it's more the case of being prepared, having the right gear, having the right clothing, and being prepared for all eventualities. So it's still a work in progress for me. I've been doing wildlife photography in my spare time for a good few years now, and I'm still learning. I'm sure it's the same for a lot of you guys who watch my videos. So yeah, it's been, how long has it been? It's been about an hour now. But yeah, I just thought I'd touch upon that, just to say that we all have our own challenges when we want to do a passion that we're really keen to develop. And it's a pheasant. Keen to develop your passion, and keep challenging yourself to go to either new or old locations, and just to observe the surroundings that you're in, and not think about what could be happening further up river or down river. So there's another swan coming along. So I might get some more pictures of that, and yeah, just keep waiting and watching. So as you can probably tell, it's a bit bright now. The reflection of the water is quite dazzling as well, so it's going to affect my settings quite a bit. But I've been here for just over an hour and a half, I think. And there hasn't really been much else activity. There's been like quite a lot of lapwing sort of over in the fields. I think they've been disturbed by either crows, or there was a marsh harrier that flew over earlier, so that might have spooked them all. But yeah, otherwise it's been relatively quiet. So I think for now I'm going to call it there. It's been nice, like I said, it's just been nice to get out again with my camera, and yeah, it's getting quite busy now with people going about, either if they work on the weekend or if they're going out for the day. So there's another bird of prey flying. I think it's a buzzard. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. It hasn't been terribly eventful, but I think it's good to sort of show those days where not a lot happens, just to show that not every day you get to see, you know, a species that you really want to see, or something unexpected happening. So I still like to share them, just because it's what I deal with a lot of the time, but it's still enjoyable to do. So I'm still happy to sort of share that content, whether it's exciting or not. So again, thank you all for watching. Thank you to all of you who subscribed, over 500 of you now, which is absolutely amazing. And I will see you all next time. Bye.